Okay, and here we have The Vigilantes, Volume 1. The Vigilantes is an action-packed superhero comic told in 48-page graphic novel volumes. Okay. Um, I'm afraid it's not looking real good right now. It's like you only got 9 days left. Um, it's probably the first 30 days. So I guess I don't know. Uh, yeah, you that happens, right? You can extend. I mean, you some people choose not to. I think is what happens. They decide, well, it's not going to fun in the first 30 days, or it's far away or whatever, and they're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna we'll try again later or something. Um, but you can just go ahead and extend even though you haven't met the goal yet. I believe that's how that works. Anyway, so right now this campaign's a far cry from where it needs to be. I mean, it is a flexible goal though, but the goal nevertheless is $3,500, which is probably chosen because that is like about as much as is actually required to to be able to cover all the costs and everything. Currently sitting at 553 with 16 backers. So that's I mean, ugh. So this this needs more backers. The pitch. The Vigilantes is a story about legacy and how we want to leave the world for our children. Well, it'd be nice to say that we're leaving it better than we found it, but I think at this point, the last couple of generations or whatever, not managing to do that. And I don't know how long it's going to be before before it might get course corrected. Anyway, but that this is fiction, so maybe maybe it'll work here. When the world's first and most famous vigilante, Massive Man, there are potential jokes there. I'm not going to go into it. Introduces his son Josh as the newest vigilante. He finds the community he helped create is not what it was when he retired. As Massive Man struggles to communicate with this new brand of vigilante, an old threat resurfaces. The timing is ominous. Could it be a coincidence, or is it something more? Massive Man must gain the trust of these new vigilantes and turn them into a formidable force for justice in time to stop the oncoming threat. It's not about truth. It's not about justice. It's all about the attitude. Interesting. I mean, shouldn't it be about truth and justice, though? I don't know. Anyway, through your support behind a lifelong dream. Hi, my name is Chris Reeder. I've been reading and collecting comics since 1984. That's a long time. Since then, I've dreamed of writing and drawing comics. I took other roads, and I've been a veteran that served in the Army during Desert Storm. Wow. And spent the last 29 years in retail working for 3 Fortune 500 companies. But now the time has come to fulfill my dream and bring my creations to print. This story and these characters come out of all my years reading comics, playing Marvel superheroes role-playing game. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I hadn't actually heard of it. It's odd. I don't know. I guess I should have guessed that there was such a thing. But anyway, playing superhero MMOs like City of Heroes. I think I've heard of that. I'm not big on those. I hate like any game that is like, oh, you have to be online to play this, or or you're supposed to be, or whatever. It's like, fuck that. Nope, nothing. Yeah, it's like, what was it? Was it? Well, I can't. Maybe it was like the Sim City games or something, or some kind of. I don't know. Seems like maybe that was what happened. It's like Maxis or some other smaller company got bought out by Electronic Arts or whatever, and then it's like, oh yeah, going forward, all the games require you to be online. Like, even if there's not an online aspect to the game, it's still, you have to be online and connected to their server in order to play it. And it's like, fuck you. It's like, no, I'm never paying for a fucking game that that requires me to be connected to the fucking internet, regardless of whether I'm doing multiplayer or not. It's like, no, not happening. Fuck you. Anyway, The Vigilantes is a 48-page full-color, perfect-bound graphic novel. The story I'm planning to tell in The Vigilantes will be told in 6 volumes, 2 standard comic issues per volume. Volume 1 is written, and the art for the first chapter is complete. I am looking for support to finish the first volume in a prestige format instead of standard single-issue comics. The entire story arc has been outlined. The success of The Vigilantes Volume 1 will determine if I can complete the entire story. I need your help. Well, yeah, I agree. He needs help. I don't know. Maybe he needs help advertising or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it looks bad. I mean, there are some things that are not funding, and it's like, you look at them and it's like, well, I can kind of see why. And then there's other things, and it's like, I'm not real sure exactly why. It's like, seeing other things is, on par with it or whatever, fun with no problem. So I don't know. Creative team, Chris Reeder will be writing, drawing, lettering the book. Got back into drawing about 5 years ago, and since I've been creating fan art, doing commissions, attending comic conventions, having a book published would be a dream come true. I decided last year, as I turned 50, happy birthday, that I didn't want to look back and say I never tried. Yeah, that sucks. Always sucks to wonder what if. Anyway, well, I mean, for good things, you know what I mean. I mean, who does that though with bad things though? I mean, nobody ever asks that. Nobody is like, yeah, what if I got into a car wreck when I was 18 and can never walk again? Now, who asked that question? Dan Alvarez, something, is a freelance colorist who has worked in the comic book industry for several years. His credits include Niobe Birthright, Niobe Origins, Puppet Master, and Vamp Blade. Not familiar with Vamp Blade. I haven't heard of that. Isn't Niobe the... Is he CG or CG adjacent or something? It's like, doesn't he have a YouTube channel? Seems like somebody was... was it JDA maybe, or somebody who like was doing a live stream and saw like a recommended video or whatever of the Niobe guy's live stream, and it's like there's one person watching or something like that. And I'm pretty sure I've seen it recommended in on YouTube for me as well. And it's like one person watching. And it's like, damn, is that him watching his stream, or is that like one? Of course, I think I've occasionally like watched a few minutes of his streams or whatever, and most of it doesn't appear to actually be real content. It's like it's not him talking about anything or anything. It's just like a fucking, playing miscellaneous videos, and it's like, what is this? Like, what is the point of this? I don't understand. Whatever. Anyway, he has also worked on Zenoscope, Zenoscope, whatever. Titles and many other indie projects. Preview pages. Is that good guy or bad guy, coming from space? Don't know. Standard cover by Chris Reeder. Variant covers. Cover 1B, pencils by Mike Bowden, inks by Chris Reeder, colors by Mariano Di Venezia. These names, always, like what happened to people with ordinary, boring ass names that are easy to read? Mike is a comic book concept artist, worked professionally on such titles as World of Warcraft, Flash, Power Girl. Is Power Girl hyphenated? I don't know. Avengers Season 1 and Skylanders. I never can remember some of these. I also wonder sometimes, how I mean, when it comes to comic books, it seems like there's like 1,000,001 different, character names in use, and like there's no way that there's still any names available. Like all the possible names and combinations of names have been used, especially since a bunch of them are so unbelievably generic sounding. I mean, Power Girl, it's pretty fucking generic, isn't it? Flash, it's like that's not really all that unique, either as a word. And it's like, I've always wondered exactly how much, like trademark or whatever protection can they actually have on any of those names. I mean, the character as a whole, it's like, I understand that, because it's like, as a whole concept or whatever, it's like, yes, that's unique. But, when you got these generic sounding names and it's just like, whatever, the Avengers, it's like, just the name, it's like, do they actually sue people and try to shut them down if they use the same name? It's like, if the name is like super generic, I don't know. Mariano is a freelance artist and works for Digital Lizards of Doom. Okay, on the book Rock and Roll Stories You Have Never Heard Of. Okay, I've never heard of that. He's also working on Justice League motion comic following Zack Snyder's story, and children's book called Zoom. Interesting. All right, so I got cover 1C, pencils by Mike, inks by Chris, colors by Mariano. 1D by Andy Smith. Smith is the creator of First Man, that can be found here on Indiegogo, and he has been working as a professional artist since 1991, mostly working in the field of comic books for major publishers: Marvel, DC, Image, Acclaim, and CrossGen Entertainment. 1E by Dr. Rocky, I don't know. YouTube creator, channel teaches viewers how to draw in comic book style. Funds! Insert Nasser joke. Yeah, funds. The funds for the campaign will be used to complete the project. Well, no shit. I'm sorry, but that seems like self-explanatory. I've already put thousands of dollars of my own money to prepare the book by paying for a professional colorist and paying professional artists to create the variant covers we are offering. I wonder about that. I do actually. I wonder, how much does it actually cost to hire artists? I mean, I've heard people talk for some time in CG about how, artists deserve more money, and it's like, well, probably so, but then again, it's like, if you just kind of take a stroll on the internet, you see that there are an unbelievable shit ton of artists out there, and a bunch of them are pretty damn good, and it's like, there's so many of them. How can any one particular one actually demand any significant amount of money for their work? It's like, there's so much competition. Surely there are people who are like, oh yes, I will do it for less than whoever you found. It's like, it seems like to a certain extent it should be, a bit of a buyer's market there, because there's just so many people that draw shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not suggesting take advantage of artists. Okay, let's be clear about that. It's like, I'm not suggesting pay somebody nothing or practically nothing or whatever. It's like, everybody's got to eat, but come on. It's like being like, oh yeah, it's like, I can do this cover for you, but it's gonna cost a buttload of money. And it's like, hundreds of dollars or whatever. It's like, I don't know that it's like, I can probably find somebody else to do it as good or maybe even better than you can, and for less. It just, I would think so. Don't know where all you'd have to go to look for them to find them, but surely you find them someplace, because like I said, there's so much art on the fucking internet. So much. Wow. So many artists out there. I mean, historically they've been called starving artists for a reason, right? So, I don't know. Anyway, the campaign funds collected will support keeping a professional colorist on staff for the second half of the book and the printing and shipping for the comic. Stretch goals. Funding goal, $3,500. I have faith and have the campaign set to flexible, but if we hit my funding goal of $3,500, every backer will receive a logo sticker of the Vigilantes logo if we hit the funding goal. Okay, that's kind of redundant there, but and I've said before, it's like I don't know the price differential, but I always like to point out whenever somebody talks about stickers that magnets are better, because they're reusable. And also, it's like a bumper sticker or something. It's like, in today's politically charged environment, you don't necessarily want a bumper sticker that says something political that is just going to be on there all the time. Like, it's handy to have a magnet that you can slap on there, and then you can take it off when you happen to be going to a big city where there's a bunch of fucking libtards who will possibly vandalize your car because they see that, oh, this person is not a libtard. I need to express my anger at people with differing opinions existing. Anyway, just a thought there. Anyway, stretch goal number 1, $5,000 locked. Metallic bookmark, two-sided corner box themed metallic bookmark. What does that mean? Example artwork, not final image. If we make this stretch goal, we'll be drawing all fresh faces for this stretch goal item. I want to give everyone an example of what it would be like. Okay. Stretch goal number 2, 10K. Trading card set. Number 3, 15K. Chibi stickers. Magnets are better. Stretch goal 4, 20K. Tribute cover mini print. Stretch goal 5, to be determined. And that's not a whole lot of stretch goals listed, like in the actual number of them. And yet it also seems, especially I guess because it's like they're so far apart. It's like 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K. It seems maybe to have been a bit, I don't know. Always feel like the more things you list and the the higher the unlock amount is, it just I don't know. It's like shining a spotlight on how the campaign is so far away from reaching those goals, if it is still so far away from reaching those goals. Just saying. Anyway, sketch examples, perk images, hit or miss, displaying correctly for me. Seems to be that way for a lot of people. Not sure what's up with that. And share examples, head sketch, full figure sketch, head sketch. Guessing that's the full figure sketch, and I don't like those hands, man. I'm sorry, but those, maybe if it was a dude, I don't know. Even if it was a dude, it'd look a little weird. This style, whatever you want to call it, of the arms and the hands, especially the hands, the fingers, that's like, I've seen like the Joker, drawn that way. Weird, kind of skeletal looking, and it's like, meh, that's fine for the Joker. But, for Spider-Gwen, it's like, I don't know about that. It's like creepy hands on female characters, not, doesn't it, unless the overall character is meant to be really creepy, then it just, it didn't work for me. Risks and challenges. We're a small team. I'm writing, drawing, lettering, and prepping this title for print. With that said, I have given myself a long ramp to complete the art for Volume 1. The writing is complete. The art before the first issue chapter is complete. Along the way, I will keep everyone updated where I am on the work, barring anything happening to me. God willing, the creep don't rise. The book will come out as close to the shown delivery date as possible. Well, it's always good if it does, anyway. Although, CG has a habit of not managing to make, those goals. Anyway, I thank you in advance for your patience and understanding. I didn't glance at it as we were scrolling through, fixing to look at the tiers, but is that an indication that he said it like way the fuck out and he's like, thank you for your patience and understanding? Or is that like is that like a warning that I might miss the goal, the delivery date, in which case thank you in advance for your patience and I don't know. If funding goes well and I can find additional collaborators, I'll do what I can to shorten the creation time. Other ways you can help, tell everybody about it. So everybody do that. Because definitely needs more backers, needs more advertising or something. Featured tier. Well, already I can see what probably other creators would criticize here. The featured tier is just a basic tier. It's like you shouldn't have that featured. Probably you should have something more expensive featured. That's what most people tend to do. Anyway, feature tier, Volume 1, Chris Reader cover, $25, standard ComicsGate pricing. This is what you came for. The first volume of the franchise, 48-page color graphic novel of Chris World and Vigilantes, 110-pound gloss laminated cover, 80-pound gloss interior pages. I mean, opinions on that vary, I suppose, but I think a number of people would consider, matte is better. Matte's better than gloss. I mean, objectively, I think it is. But anyway, make everything pop off the page, and also to make making it shiny and harder to see if you got a light directly over it. Anyway, never mind. Estimated shipping April of next year. Well, that's not very. I mean, well, all things considered, that's not that far out, especially for, I mean, it should be obviously doable, and 7 claimed ships worldwide, and it's like monetary project support. So, just nobody has decided to donate just $5. Did they? Does Indiegogo not have that automatically included someplace? I couldn't remember whether it did or not. I think Kickstarter does. I think all Kickstarter campaigns seem to have a little thing at the top of the tiers. That the first thing listed is a support the project because you believe in it, and then you can enter whatever amount of money you want and get nothing for it. Digital copy of Volume 1, $10. PDF. Shipping goes for 3 claimed. Presumably that's DRM free or whatever. $5 again would be a better price, but $10 is not unreasonable. I mean, people like Micah Curtis are like, oh, here, let me charge $25 for the digital. Fucking ridiculous. Although his relaunch, he did drop it by $5, so it's $20 for the PDF. Shit. That's really gonna draw in a lot more backers, isn't it? Anyway, Volume 1, Mike Button, Questor. Okay, $30. Questor cover. Okay. 1 claimed. 130-pound gloss laminated cover and 80-pound gloss interior. Yeah. Likes the gloss, apparently. Anyway, like I said, individual opinions vary on that. Volume 1, Mike Wooden, whatever. What? BAMF? I don't know. $30, none claimed. Dr. Rocky, whatever, Tomahawk, $30, one claimed. Andy Smith, 35, up there for this guest artist, one claimed. Head sketch plus the book, 6x9, 1 out of 20 claimed. Cover bundle. See, this is what really ought to be the featured tier. Probably is this. And where's the picture? Where's the picture? Needs to be an image there. Physical copy of all the variant covers. None of them. Nobody's claimed one of those. And that's another thing. None of the physical tiers are coming with the PDF. That's another thing that, you know, I would encourage creators to consider doing, because, you know, a lot of, well, at the very least, a lot of non-CG projects do that. They have the cheap tier is the digital only, but then if you buy the physical, you also get the digital. That way you don't have to feel like you're missing out. So, anyway. Just a thought. Single figure sketch plus the book, $200. Still 6x9. So same size, it's just a full figure sketch instead of Ed sketch. 0 out of 10 claimed. Alright. And add-ons. You can add on the Vigilantes guidebook for $10. Interesting. 0 claimed on that. Introduction to the world. Profile pages. Be a Vigilunatic. What? 1 out of 100 claimed. $10. Extra money support. You can get your name printed in the book. Special shout out. Okay, so pay an extra $10 to be on the thank you page, essentially, as opposed to getting put on the thank you page for free, which is what some other creators do. I'm not sure if CG does that, but non-CG projects definitely do that a lot. Massive Man print, 11x17 for $10. 0 claimed so far. Mesphilisto, what? Print, $10. Unique names are fun, but they're also sometimes difficult for people to understand. 11x17. Josh print. Is that his superhero name? Is just Josh? Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with Josh. I like Josh as a name, but it's like, you know, you'd think that I mean, Massive Man is his dad. Except presumably that's not his, you know, like, given name. But is this character just going to be known as Josh in the book, or does he get like some kind of superhero name? I don't know. 11x17 print, none claimed so far. Bamf, whatever print, $10. 11x17, 0 claimed so far. Quester print. Yep, that's all you get of that image. See, why is it that you get more of the image there in that, and then that it's like, nope, it's just cut off. Indiegogo needs to fix their shit. Echo Hawk print for $10, 11x17. These we'll give them this. It's like 11x17. These are decent sized, and you know, for $10, it's like, that's not bad. That's really not bad price for prints. A lot of people try to do, you know, at least 20 and sometimes more dollars for a single fucking print of that size. Smoke Signal print for $10, none claimed so far. Electra Flame print, none claimed so far. Mistress Knight print, $10, none claimed so far. Tomahawk print, $10, none claimed so far. Okay, so a lot of add-ons that I don't think were even mentioned on the campaign page, were they? That's a mistake. Should definitely have talked about them or something. Maybe had, maybe had some of this shit as, guidebook maybe or something as a separate tier or included in one of the other tiers or something. I don't know, like something. Instead, it's just like, nope, Okay, it is $6 shipping to the United States. That is different. That's a hell of a lot better than standard. I mean, it's $4, but still, $4 is nothing to sneeze at or whatever. It's like it's a lot better than 10. A lot better than $10 in shipping, which is what you usually get in charge. And the international shipping is only 12. That's really good for international. That's amazing. I'm always amazed when I see international shipping at basically, anything less than $20. All right. Let's go ahead and look at 30. I don't imagine that anything is different. It all looks the same. I'm going to guess that it's 6 and 12. Yep. So it should be the same for all of the single books. So we won't look at the other $30 ones, but we will go ahead and look at the 35 one just in case. 6 and 12. Okay. Head sketch. 6 and 12. Considering the amount of material that's being discussed, let's go ahead and get this one next. That's actually being shipped to you. It's like there's no reason for the shipping to go up. 6 and 12. But I like to check to be sure anyway, because you never know. It's like some people, it's like on their campaign, it's like, well, the tier costs more, so even though it's like there's basically, it's not going to cost them anymore to ship it to you, they're still going to be like, well, because the tier is more, then the shipping's more too. It's like, but broken image. Okay, so this is, what is this, 5 books or whatever? 12 and 25. It's really not that bad. I mean, might have actually expected it to go up a little bit more than that. It's, what is it? Yeah, 5. So 5 books. So 5 times as much material, essentially, but only twice as much in the shipping. Not bad. Not bad. Anyway, so link is in the description, and this definitely needs more backers, needs, more shout-outs, something. I mean, only 9 days left, probably of its first 30 days, but still only 9 days left, and so far only 16 backers and only $553 raised so far. Okay, so there's that, and I am not sure what we'll have tomorrow, but we'll have something. I'll have to check and see. I wanted to go ahead and get this video out there because there actually is still time left, and it's like it's pretty far behind. There's I think I missed. I think last week I should have done a video on what was it, the thin blue line or whatever, but that has I mean it's gone. It's been extended for an extra 30 days or whatever. So we got more time. We got more time. I'll do the video on that one later. All right. Until the next one.